We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Here we go. Now the Wolf. Watch the pass.
They'll run on first down. McFarland. This will go for 5 up to the 33. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Bridgewater into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The 29-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Hopkins' kick is good. And It's now 3-0 Texans. Never ideal conditions in the snow for a kicker, but the first test on the opening drive, he passed it.
He certainly did. You know what the unit told me was their biggest issue playing in the snow? You just worry about something getting in your eye as the ball is snapped, and then you might miss it, and there goes 3 points off the board.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing is Bridgewater. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 53 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Throwing on 2nd down. Bridgewater finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They'll run for the first time with the former Bearcat, Mike Boone. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
They run with the former Pitt Panther, Quadri Olison, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Boswell's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Push him back. Push him back.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They'll look to throw. The catch made by Miller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. On first down, McFarland. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Bridgewater into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick 6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. and that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Bridgewater. Looking deep for Hilton. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
They'll run on 1st down. McFarland. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater. He's got Jack Doyle. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Ready, it's 50, Mike's 50. I'm scared. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
3rd and short yardage, Bridgewater. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And for the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This one fielded at the 5. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20. Touchdown, Houston. He goes 95 yards to the house on the kick return. And the Texans push further out in front. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go with Boone. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
You ain't doing nothing today.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and goal. It's 2nd and goal back to the 8-yard line now. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd? And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are back within a single score.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet, or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Mike 29. Ready? 29.
from the shotgun. He'll look to throw. He'll find Miller. That's complete. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey, come on. All day, dog. Mike, 55. Right there. Cut. Hey, check right. Watch 55. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw here. And he comes back with one complete. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Complete to Hilton. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Bridgewater on first down. Looking deep for Hilton. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there just before halftime. 52 yards. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here we go. Record.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Got a man open. It's Ross. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans push further out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Let's go one more.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. 2nd and 5. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Completes it to Corey Grant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards. Yards on the catch and run.
A gain of 21 yards. And the Texans first down.
This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. This is Grant. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
2nd and 4. Going for it all. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call. But for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Second and goal at the Steelers' 12-yard line.
They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. Here we go on second and 12. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to regain the lead. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Texans 31, Steelers 24.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland, and able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Alert flat, slam. Tighten up.
Now Olsen. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 23.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot.
At the Texans' 21-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland, he'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete. Batted away by the rookie out of Kentucky, Lonnie Johnson.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they'll try for it here on 4th. Bridgewater and company stay out there. Now Bridgewater on 4th down. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Open man is lost, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
First down, Texans.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Second and 7 at the Steelers' 43.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Complete to number 34. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down. Here we go, Steelers! Here we go! Here we go, Steelers! Here we go!
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. He'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And the Steelers on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Bridgewater. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
Back to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bar.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Kevin King with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now they try the right side here. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And this is caught by Watkins. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half.